What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to do a really effective 10-minute workout that you can do anytime, anywhere with no equipment. So stay tuned. I think it's also important to note that my family and I travel quite a bit. We're gone almost every weekend in the summertime for a 3 or 4 day weekend. And we're about to go on a 2-week vacation down south. And the places we go are in the middle of nowhere. We love camping, we love hiking, we love getting submerged into nature, and we are miles and miles from the nearest gym. So we rely on workouts like this to carry us through when we're traveling. And you're gonna see just how effective this is when you give it a try. One of the pieces of equipment that I bring anywhere with me is a dry erase board and a marker. And that's for a specific reason. When I'm outdoors training next to the camper or wherever we are, I write down what we're gonna do here. Me, my wife, and my kids look at it, and then we go down the board and do this style workout together. So just know, if you're like me and you travel regularly, this is gonna fit anywhere, and this is gonna be super beneficial just to have it written large so you know what's going on, you know what workout's next. It's way better on your eyes than just setting your phone up with some notes you had typed up. Something like this is great. So we're gonna go off of this board today since we are here at the gym though. And this is what we have going on for today's workout. We're gonna do 12 preacher squats, 7 push-ups, 12 prison squats, and then 7 dive bombs. We're gonna take a 30-second rest and we're gonna do that 5 times. Now going through this at a moderate pace takes about a minute and a half. So when you add this 30 seconds on to the end, that's gonna be 2 minutes per round. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 rounds is going to be 10 minutes. So we're gonna do this times 5. Let's go over exactly what these are. The first movement on the board today is called a preacher squat. And it's called a preacher squat because our hands are together in front of our chest like we're praying. Now we're not just arbitrarily putting our hands here, we're actually forcing these hands together and flexing the chest as we go down just a little bit, and also flexing the lat muscles here by pulling the shoulders down and pushing the chest in this position. From here, I'm going to break parallel, bringing the elbows in between the knees, and then I'm gonna stand tall, pulling the hips forward and pulling the knees all the way straight in their back position, which is going to look just like this. Make sure you're flexing throughout, pressing the hands together, pulling the shoulders down to flex the chest and the latissimus dorsi, otherwise known as your lat muscles. Next is a push-up, and we do our push-ups just a little bit differently here at Spartan Fitness. And we do that for longevity's sake, but not only that, just for general strength and hypertrophy reasons. We keep the elbows in tight, so as we're going down for a push-up, our elbows go back into our rib cage, chest touches the ground, push up into a straight position. From the side, it looks like this. Hands are below the shoulders. It's a narrow position for the hands. Elbows are going back into the ribs. Chest is touching the ground, pushing up until you're straight. Notice nothing else is touching the ground, just my chest. My stomach is off the ground. My hips are off the ground. My thighs are off the ground for these push-ups. And this is how we want to execute those, not only for safety, but for effectiveness. And you can also do those from your knees if you cannot do those on your toes. And if you're on your knees, it's gonna look very similar, but you're gonna have to peek your hips up a little bit to keep your thighs off the ground as you go down. Now, if you realize you can't go down all the way because you won't be able to make it back up, just figure out where that point of no return is and stop just before that point. The next movement on the board is a prison squat. First we did a preacher, now we're gonna do a prison. We're gonna interlace our fingers as tight as we can behind our head because we want our elbows to have to come up into this position so that our chest is forced out. So just like on the preacher squat when we're flexing the chest and the lats, we're also trying to activate the back in this workout. So with your hands tightly interlaced just like this, we're now pulling the elbows out and pulling the shoulders down and back. And we're keeping that position as we go down to our below parallel level on this squat. Now the whole time we're not relaxed up here. Elbows are wide, shoulders are down and back, and then we're executing our squat from that position, making sure that 2 things happen. A, we break parallel, and B, our heels stay on the ground. All right, the last movement we have for you guys today is called a dive bomb. And by the way, I make up names for most of this shit, so if it's called something else, leave it in the comments below. But I've always called it a dive bomb, and that's pretty much a push-up that you're going to go into the down dog position, which is a yoga position at the top of the push-up. So basically what that looks like is, if I'm in down dog here, I'm going to lower myself to my chest touches, and then I'm gonna press up into this down dog position every time. So this is going to put stress on the shoulders as we begin to push up. Now what we don't wanna do is do this, then this. It's not a normal push-up, so we're not pushing to here. We are pushing from here back into the down dog position. So what that should look like. And that is fire. You can also do that from your knees, although it's a little more complicated because of the bend in the hips, but you will learn to push yourself back into this position without using your legs for assistance, so that you can still get some resistance on your shoulders and on your triceps. Okay, so now there ain't nothing to it but to actually do it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through 2 rounds of this bad boy. I'm gonna take a 30-second break in between each of the 2 rounds, just as an example to show you guys what this looks like. Now, what I want you to do is grab a partner, whoever is around you, it doesn't matter, just scream out, "Hey, come to this workout with me." Well, there's nobody here, but if there's somebody where you are, get them to join the workout with you. Show them how to do these movements, break out a piece of paper and write this down, and actually guide somebody else through the workout with you, and let me know what you think in the comments below. So we're gonna get started. 12 preacher squats is where we're starting. And where you're flexing the chest and the lats, breaking parallel, while keeping the heels on the ground. Now we have 7 push-ups. Elbows are coming in tight to the ribs. Chest is touching the ground, but nothing else is touching the ground. Always do a burpee to get up from push-ups. It's like a rule. Now we have 12 prison squats. Hands are interlaced behind the head, tight. Elbows are open and wide. Shoulders are down and back. And we're doing 12. Good. Now we have 7 dive bombs. Let's do it. Excellent. We're going to start a 30-second timer, and we're going to utilize this time to talk about some things. So if you have questions about how to break parallel on a squat, luckily for you, I have a video about that, so go check it out. Maybe I'll link it right here. If you have questions on how to do a push-up, I have a video about how to do a push-up. Maybe I'll link that right here. But enough talking, the timer's about to go off, and we'll start round 2. All right, 12 preacher squats. Let's do this from the front this time. Remember, we're flexing. Excellent. 7 push-ups. Let's knock it out. Good. 12 prison squats. Good. Now we got 7 dive bombs. Let's do it. Excelente. Hopefully I will have some music over this so you just can't hear me breathing like a crazy person. That's it, guys. That is your 10-minute whole body do anywhere workout. Just pay attention to the form. You want to do it right, not just fast. Form first always. Grab some partners, get them to do it with you. You can do it anywhere, and you don't need any equipment. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.